Hey there friends, welcome back to the channel. I am Robin if you are new. This is Mama Birds. Welcome if you are returning. I took a bit of a break. We had a lot of stuff going on last month and things just kept happening and needed my attention, and I just didn't have time to get videos edited, filmed, voiceovers, all of the things. So thank you for being patient. Thanks for sticking around. Today we are back and I am going to go over part 2 of what I think I would do if I were to start a pantry. So building pantry part 2 here. So welcome again if you are new, and thanks for checking this out. So we're just going to get right into it. No fuss, no muss around here. And I'm standing in my basement because this is part 2. These are the things that I would suggest you get as in a second step of building a pantry. So the first thing is food storage containers. You could do that in plastic form, glass form. I'll show you right here. I have sushi rice stored in glass containers. I have spices in plastic containers, in glass containers, Ziploc bags, saran wrap, aluminum foil, parchment paper, all of those things to store food or to keep food that you would use on a regular basis. Key thing, use on a regular basis. If you don't use those things, don't buy them. If you don't use Ziplocs, don't buy them. It is so important to focus on things that you use on a regular basis. So if you take nothing else from this video, take that away. Buy what you use. So that's the first thing, is storage containers. The next thing that I would suggest, and this is kind of, I mean, you can go through all the videos on YouTube and make a list, honestly, of all the things. These are just some things that I've noticed that people don't often mention. So I would purchase or stock up on as a number 2 item is cleaning products. Whatever it is that you use. If you use True Earth laundry detergent or you use Tide, I don't care. Buy what you use and what you can afford and what can your family tolerate. Some people have sensitivities, some people aren't into chemicals, some people, if you clean everything in your house with baking soda and vinegar, all the power to you. Make sure you stock up on those things. We use Lysol type wipes. I like the Great Value one because it's cheap. I don't particularly like cleaning dirty items with my towels, for example, grease or oil or things like that. So I buy paper towel. I don't like cleaning my toilet with a rag because it just smears hair around. We have animals, so I use Lysol wipes. I don't like actually putting my hand into a toilet, so I use scrubbing brushes. So sponges, things like that. Cleaning products, dish soap, laundry detergent, hand soap, body soap, shampoo, conditioner, all of the things cleaning related. So that also includes things like mops. If you use one of those Swiffer disposable whatever things that clip on the end, stock up on those. They won't go bad. They might dry out a titch if you keep them for years and years, but I mean, purchase an extra one and that will be able to start to build a bulk storage for your pantry in the way of cleaning products. Same with shampoo. I think that most stores always have shampoo on sale. You could make your own shampoo, but again, then here we go into stocking up on those items, making sure you have those products available to you if you need them. So cleaning products is my number 2. Okay, you guys, my number 3 item that I would suggest to buy in bulk if you're trying to, kickstart a pantry is things for your animals. So things like flea medication, things like obviously whatever they eat in regards to food. So whether it be kibble or wet food or raw dog food or treats, things like this to keep your pets occupied. Have some extra toys kicking around. Those things are super important as well. And then obviously, depending on how many pets you have, you would have to multiply that extra storage by however many pets you have. So that one's a bit short and sweet, and very to the point, but keep extra things around for your animals and your pets. The fourth thing that I am going to suggest that you purchase to start a pantry is some medical items. So things like Band-Aids, hydrogen peroxide, some alcohol. I like to keep some vinegar kicking around just around my medical kit, Band-Aids, gauze, any sort of like, you know, I don't want to say minor, but like minor treatment. If you have to go to the hospital, that's a different story. That's a different category of preparedness. And, or like if you need stitches or something like that, I am not going to be performing stitches. I am lucky enough to have access to hospital or doctor should I need it. If you don't, then that's a different category. I'm talking about every day, maybe once a week sort of situation. If you need some emergency type medical products. I would also include things like Tylenol, aspirin, or any types of medications that you take. Things like even something simple like razor blades for your bathroom. I would consider that to be extra use because sometimes you never know when you're going to need it. I keep some, feminine hygiene products kicking around all the time. I have lots of stuff and I have all kinds of range, like whole range of stuff, because I don't know if my neighbor is going to be in a pinch. I don't know if I've got a new mom next door. Funny story. I'm going to tell you this. So currently, our complex is dealing with some water issues. I have 4 cases of water, like Kirkland size water cases, here at our house. And I know that a few doors down from us, they just brought home a baby and we don't have running water. It was a bit of an emergency situation. There was a main line that exploded and the entire complex was without water. And there are lots of kids. There's lots of elderly people who are going without. I got to a point where I hadn't had a shower in almost a week because, I could have gone to the pool, honestly, or gone to the rec center or something like that, but I didn't get to wash my hair and have a full-on shower for almost a week because of this water situation. And my neighbor had just brought home a baby. So I can't even fathom the math that they're trying to navigate right now, not having water. Now, we are to the point now where we do have water, so they'll be fine. But in that situation, I wasn't panicking. I wasn't freaking out. And, did I have enough water to support the whole complex? Absolutely not. We had enough water for us for a few days in an emergency. And I guess that's the whole point that I'm getting at. You never know what's going to happen. And having a little bit of extra on hand to support a small grocery store is what I call it, is, in my opinion, very important. And it definitely has showed recently to our family to prove, the whole extra effort and the point of this kind of behavior, I guess is what it is. So anyway, cut to back to pantry stuff. Water is definitely one of those things that I would keep on hand. It's technically a consumable, and I'm trying to focus on things that are not consumable, but in a pinch, you absolutely need to have some sort of reserve or backup plan for water. So that's why I included it here. And the final thing I'm going to suggest you stock up on to build what we're calling a pantry is things for your home. Things like light bulbs, batteries are super important. Furnace filters, anything to filter water would be really helpful. Anything that you can think of to have your home running in a functional way. So, I mean, that's going to be different for everybody and every household. But I mean, I give you a couple things, light bulbs, batteries, things like this that are going to help you should you need it. I also am a huge believer that you should be using all of this stuff on a regular basis if you're going to stock it. So if you don't use batteries, if you don't use, electronics of any kind, or, if you don't have to charge things, then that's not something that you would buy. But if you are on solar, then maybe get a couple extra battery tanks. If you are, out of town, then maybe get something like a generator. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Consider subscribing if you're new, and we will catch you in the next one.